Welcome to Zirkzank Says. I'm Zirkzank, and this is the best I could do for lighting. I tried my hardest. I've got two lights, and that's about the best I could do. You know, I think I've done pretty well considering what I've got: a desk lamp and another desk lamp. Sort of positioned them like one in the places that I'm pointing. It's got some pretty decent lighting going on. You know, I don't think anyone's complaining about the lighting. Any of my 5 viewers who are coming to these videos, you know, let's be real about this. I'm the only one who cares about the lighting. But I wanted to have really good production quality to these videos, including performance from me and visually from how I'm presenting things. So I mean, like, I'm wearing a nice shirt right now. Tried to set up my lighting correctly. I got a good webcam for this thing. Got a very good microphone over here. But yeah, I don't know. I think that basically I've run into a problem, which is that when I talk about the things that I don't really know much about, even the stuff that I read a lot about or looked into a lot, like this political fiasco, the British exit, the Brexit. I looked into that a lot, coming up to it. You know, I wanted to be informed and do my research before I made a vote, because I understood, even before I'd done any research at all, I understood that it was quite a big deal. So I went and did the research. I just fell down this rabbit hole of, well, I suppose you'd call it red pilling. I got red pilled, as in woken up, you know, find out the truth, so to speak. But it's like there's that other side to the coin, which is the blue pill thing, where you know where Morpheus is holding up the pills. He says one of them you get to go deeper down the rabbit hole, and the other one you go back to your bed and wake up like nothing ever happened. Well, I'm not saying I want to be ignorant. I'm just saying that I've come to realize that following this alternative media, such as like the big one, the Alex Jones channel, Stefan Molyneux, Rebel Media, Paul Joseph Watson, Milo Yiannopoulos. I just started following a bunch of stuff to do with politics and world news that just, I don't know. It doesn't do it in anything for me, and it's no good for anyone really to be too obsessed with that stuff. I know that it's important to be aware of what's going on in the world, but to get that obsessed with it, I think, is not useful. It doesn't help you in any way. It's good to be aware of it, and it's good to take control when you can, but the big issue I have is that most of the time there aren't referendums. Most of the time there are no votes. You know, we get the general elections, or you get your political vote like every 4 years. You get some referendums every now and again. You can sign petitions throughout the year, but ultimately, it's sad to say, but the regular person doesn't have much power politically. So to pursue this kind of just this, I don't know, brainwashing, or to pursue this kind of alternative media, and to just try and wake up and join the rebellion, is like, I don't know, it doesn't seem to serve much use, as in, like, it's not a productive way to spend time, because there's not much that that you can get out of it. Like, there's not much I can do about the information that I've learned, you know? It's like, sure, you can say that there are these big rich bankers who own oil companies, and these millionaires who go to a secret club and they want to take over the world, they want to brainwash the youth. You can say all of this stuff, you know, but what does that mean to me, and what can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. Most people can't do anything about it. Literally, the only things you can do about it is vote in a democracy, and yeah, that's it. You can vote, or you can riot, or you can boycott things. You can boycott a product, but you know, if you and everyone else just stops buying a product, it's never going to happen. I know you have to stay positive and think that maybe that will happen. Maybe it will make a difference. Maybe if we all stop supporting this corporation, then this corporation will die, and our message will get across. But it's not going to work, is it? I'm being pessimistic, but I'm just saying, after a while, you know, you need to have a reality check and just think that, okay, sure, I got informed and awoken, but now that I've cast my vote in the Brexit, it's time to go back to sleep. You know, I'll wake up next time we have a big political thing going on, and just see what happens. But as far as participation goes, there's really not much you can do. You can keep following these news sources, you can stay informed, and keep doing the research, but it's not going to achieve much for you. Like, how does it help you knowing that Hillary Clinton is a bad person? Okay, I know that. I'm aware of that. We're aware of that now. What do we do about it? Send her to prison. We can't do that. We can't do that. So, what do? You go on the internet and you start making videos about it. You go onto 4chan and you start posting about it on fucking politically incorrect. You go onto fucking Reddit, maybe. I would hope not, but I mean, maybe. And there's nothing you could do about it. Basically, you say that these people are trying to take control, but they've already got control. There's nothing we can do about it. That sounds like it sounds bad, and it sounds like pretty unfair, but I realize that there's literally nothing that most people can do about it, and that's just a fact that it's disappointed me to realize that, but I'm gonna have to just understand that, yeah, well, I followed this political stuff, got really invested in it, so invested in it that I, in fact, you know, fucking did a full circle, and now I'm back out again. That's what happened. You know, my red pill turned into a fucking blue pill. So I don't know. I've given up, I guess, on fighting the good fight. You know, well, I wouldn't say that. I'd say if it came to a situation where I could participate again, such as voting, like, that makes a difference, as if it makes a difference, but, you know, I'll vote, I'll keep voting, but beyond that, what can a person do? You know, there isn't much you can do, so I figure it's not worth me getting bothered about it, or trying to do anything that's beyond my power, is essentially it. And yeah, it's not worth spending so much time watching all these videos, reading all these reports, and reading all these Wikipedia articles. Like, I like knowledge, but when it doesn't really help me in any way, other than to get upset or angry about something, then it's not worth the time to do that. That's all it can end up doing. It can like rile people up, get them rebelling against the man in his big house, and with all his money and manipulation and power and stuff. It's frustrating to think that you're controlled by one of these big powers and you can't do anything about it. You really want to stick it to the man. You want to stop the New World Order. You want to fight against globalism. You want to, but you can't really do much about it. Like, the people who make videos, they can help people to realize what's going on, but they can't do much more than that. They say that getting people aware of it is the most important thing, but I'd say that sure, even if everyone knew, they still couldn't do anything about it. That's how powerful the government is now, that even if everyone knows that they're corrupted, they don't care. What does it mean to them? How does it affect them? It just means that they still have power, just that we're even less happy. So that's essentially what's happened. You take a red pill, and you become miserable, because you're in a position that you don't like and you can't change. Whereas at least with the blue pill side of it, you're in a position where you can't really change it, but most blue pills don't care because they don't know that they're being misled or deceived. So that's my take on it. Maybe it isn't too bad to be one of the sheeple. I cringe at that, but whatever. It's better to be in control of your own thoughts, but just not to be going like so far over in one direction that you lose sight of everything else. I'm gonna try and stay real and be in a position where it's like, yeah, sure, I'll accept that that there's some bad things going on, but I can't do anything about it. Just focus on what you can do as an individual to make your own life better. If it gets to a stage where we're actually able to make a difference, like actually make it an actual difference, then I'm up for that and I'm all on board. But until then, there's no point in any of this. So I'm probably going to go back to making videos about non-politic things. I should probably stick to games, because games, films, writing, I guess, well, mostly just games. I'd say games is pretty much the only thing I'm an expert on, because I've played games since being like 4 years old, I think, and studied games in university, made games, played games, lived games, video games. I have games like on my wall behind me. I have games on my computer which is in front of me. But politics, I ain't no politician. And thank goodness for that, because those people are fucking scumbags.